Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Lizard are here with you today to talk about Sister Wives Tell All Part 3, Season 18, Episode 17.
It felt like it took way too long.
I'm telling you, I'm a little stoned, y'all, so bear with me. Before we get into it, I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you who are listening. We are thankful you're here. We appreciate you. We want to hear from you. I am sorry. I am behind on some of the comments. I have not been feeling my very best at all the last week or so.
A cold has been going between all four of us in the house.
Well, more us female ones than Papa, thankfully, because he doesn't.
Oh,
he gets a man cold and it's awful.
And thank you to all the new subscribers and likes, and especially on the video that we mentioned, our Ellie Beans.
Yes.
He is now feeling much better though.
It is day 6 after the surgery, and she is pretty much back to her usual self. She's not doing the big jumps like she can do yet because her stitches are really tight. They look really painful to look at to me. But she's doing well. She's eating, drinking, she's been so very, very lovey ever since.
And I told Mama the moment we get her spayed, basically all the negative feelings that come with, on her heats and everything.
Yeah, and hormones in general.
I swear, y'all, I didn't realize how stressed out this cat looked 24/7 till after the surgery, where she is
so peaceful,
relaxed, just comfy, enjoying life.
She's not twitchy and nervous,
and she's like not like, especially on her heats, it was so bad. Like she
suffered.
She couldn't sleep.
But anyway, you guys, this isn't cat talk. I'm sorry,
but it's more interest. It's less drama than this episode.
Yes, and we have pictures of her little incisions but I don't know if it's okay to post online.
We get a real set of like how it's very annoying when they go from one wife to the other to the other.
Yeah.
This episode is important for them to do so because they'll ask him about a certain event
and they'll get it from each of their perspectives.
All in a row. And y'all,
there's some interesting tidbits. A lot of it is just
it just feels
filler,
very long.
Yeah, a lot of filler, a lot of clips, and reviewing things. But anyway,
they're setting up for the big thing the next episode.
Yeah, whatever that might be. But who knows at this point? Well, yeah, that's not a big deal. They're already freaking married. Who cares? That's how I feel about it.
Well, yeah, true.
Like, the big lead up at the end was, oh, let's meet David. We've already seen your fucking wedding pictures, Christine. We don't care.
We follow you on Instagram, Christine.
Yeah, it's like not exactly like private information. So, here we go. Starts out with, okay, just a blanket statement that KODY is a liar, and to everyone, his wives, his kids, his fans, and probably himself. So I just want to say that to everyone, KODY Brown is a big fat liar.
Of course he is.
So Christine was like, they showed clips of the whole thing with Mary and KODY at their last, saying that they're done, whatever, blah blah blah. And Christine's was like, why was Robin there? And she's like, that would be humiliating for Mary to find out that KODY doesn't love her via the show clips. Like that's how she found out, was just seeing clips from the show where KODY said it. And and then Christine was saying how humiliating for her. And I'm thinking, you're pointing that out, I think because you are reveling in Mary's unhappiness. I think you're happy that if she would be humiliated. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
But the thing is with that, at that point, Mary and KODY already had a talk. They already had talked before that point. It was just basically bringing Robin and the actual film crew.
And letting everybody know that everybody knows what the fuck is going on.
Right.
Finally.
At this point, Mary...
It only took 3 years.
Yeah, Mary and KODY already talked about their things. And he was like, So she didn't learn exactly at that point. This has been after KODY and her had talked.
Yeah, this is after it was done, over with. She'd already moved on. And Mary says, I deserved a conversation at least. if he's not man enough to do that, well, he should have been. Amen, Mary. We agree with you 100%. And then Sookie asks Janelle about Robin being at Kody and Mary's little talk. And she says it's a red flag when you need someone there to have a conversation with your spouse. Very astute, very, yeah, that it's very true. And Janelle just has a way of putting things very succinctly, but later it kind of tips her hand about that. And we'll talk about that later. And Kody said he's not having deep conversations with Mary because she might react in a crazy way. That is what he said. And I'm like, what the fuck, Kody? What are you
Because
referring to, and where is your proof?
No, he's deflected because he acted in a crazy way, so obviously Mary will.
And I'm sorry. I don't see Mary, like, of the last couple years, especially, reacting any sort of negative way because I think she kind of knew what was up, but she was staying for her faith and kind of having a small hope alive that maybe she could outlast his meanness or whatever.
And she even says later on is that she was waiting for him to tell her straight to her face because she's like, yeah, they said if he wasn't man to do that, he should have been.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but he's always making little digs like that about Mary. Like the last couple ones, it was like how he had to melt their rings so she wouldn't have control over him and all this nonsense. And again, where are your receipts, Kody? Tell us the. And I know they're building these stories up because they're trying to get their own show beyond Sister Wives. Kody and Robin are, and I'm sure that they're getting ready to pump out their own books. Okay, because why have one joint book when you can write 6 or 12 or 18?
I'm gonna read Mary's
100% because she's OG. She's been there from the get go.
Okay, this is a promise, y'all. If Mary does come out with a book, I will do a chapter by chapter thing on our podcast with
me.
Mama.
Okay,
I
deal.
put that on the table. Mary, it's up to you.
Yeah, we're leaving it in your court, Mary. If you would like us to cover your book that hasn't been written yet, you write it and we'll cover it, and you'll have you on the show because we're the biggest show out there and the best. And
we will be honest though, like
yeah, we're not sucky. We're gonna ask maybe some different questions that that are maybe like just a different perspective, maybe not better questions, but maybe ones from a different angle, so that maybe we actually get more information.
Yeah, actual like details.
Right, exactly.
Put things together.
I'm just sick of him making these little digs about Mary and then not backing it up for anything. And that is such a pansy ass pussy way of doing something. I am sorry. You know me. Well, maybe some of you don't me, but if you will come to know me, and if it were me, I don't hold back with stuff. Okay. I try my very best to be cordial, to not be overtly rude unless I'm pushed. But to start out a conversation with, I try to be like, look, man, this is like what I'm getting out of this. Can you please tell me, if I'm wrong here, let me know. But this is how I'm seeing it and how it's feeling to me. And I'm always very open and honest. And I've always told you guys to be open and honest because that's the only way you can be a healthy individual.
But obviously, none of them are being honest.
No, hell no. They're all lying dirt bags. But I think that some of them, especially Mary, has shook off the dirt and is ready to come out with the tea. And I'm loving that stuff. So Kody says, I think me and Robin are giving Mary different messages.
Obviously.
Are you a fucking idiot? Come on, for years of Mary's life have been wasted waiting for him to come around like Robin keeps promising he will.
Right?
So, yeah, different messages for sure. And I think it's all because Kody is a moron. Okay, we all know it. He is not good at business. And Robin is aware of it, I think. And so she's trying to keep the coffers full with the wives, trying to keep them on the hook some more. And she's like, why are you pushing them away? We're broke, but she can't tell him that because that'll bruise his little male pride and then he'll turn on her too. And God knows she don't want to get a job with no babies in the house because, she don't do that no more. She too good for the workplace. Sorry, y'all. You have to take just a second because,
I'm trying to imagine a job of her working at now. With
right? Like, what on earth could she do?
She has like a square face, like a Minecraft character.
Eh, maybe she could. She could do that. Like be like one of those little character people that stands outside the stores.
To be a manager of some place, like.
And then she could deal with Karen's always wanting to talk to the manager, and that would be her version of hell on earth. Because she's kind of like a Karen.
Remember, she likes drama.
Well, yeah, exactly. But she don't want to. She doesn't want to be involved in it. She just wants to watch it. Is what they said.
Yeah.
We haven't got to that yet. Quit skipping ahead of me, Papa Junior.
I'm just.
Okay. And so Mary says he should have told her he didn't love her years ago. Sorry, I'm saying that about her. So Mary's like, he should have told me years ago that he didn't love me. And I was holding on because of my faith in the hope that KODY would change his mind. Our covenant is not broken. And she said, have the respect for me as a human being to tell me to my face. And he didn't. And so, like, I get, and she even said, like, you may not like me, and that's fine. If you don't want to be with me, just tell me straight to my face, and then let us move on and be public and just do what we do. But he didn't want to do that. And so Sookie asked KODY about the covenant with Mary. And he said, that covenant does not include the dissolution of my soul or personality. What the fuck, y'all?
What does it even mean?
What does that mean? And why are you being so damn dramatic?
Right?
I mean, he acts like he's been in drama class and he's like, oh my God, it's not worth the dissolution of my soul. You know what I mean? It's like
taking poetry classes or something.
Like he's being so like a 14-year-old girl dramatic.
Right?
I don't understand where he's going with all these.
Are these therapy words, KODY? Are you trying to go therapy? Is that where you got the depression meds from?
Something, because it's crazy. So he says, I love her and I wish her a great life. I'm not going to do what's been done to me. Boo hoo. And trash talk her. So Mary says, before I decided to walk away, I spent a lot of years giving him grace. Let me not put pressure on him about us while he gets through it and comes back around to himself. So all these years she's been kind of like just waiting for like him to find true forgiveness and like want to come around to like being in a relationship maybe again. And she's like, and he does not seem to have any joy anymore.
No.
And we've all said it, and I know we've talked about it a dozen times.
The wives have said he's been a totally different person
the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But if you've watched from the beginning like we have, KODY, seasons like 1 through 15 or 16, he was a different man. He was upbeat, lots of energy, trying to look on the bright side, always thinking like he's the master of the universe, he can do anything.
He has everything figured out.
Yeah, and like he was the head of the family and he had these wives and everything was cool and all these kids were growing up good.
And then something fell apart.
And then something broke. And then they show a recap of how KODY has changed into an ogre. Like, not who they married and who is he now? Or is this who he always was? I've always said that KODY acted very manic in those early days when he was like so hyper and up.
Yeah.
Like he was, again, that acting. He was like, oh, I gotta be acting for the cameras. Everything's great and good. I mean, things are great.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did have a bipolar disorder. Honestly.
Something.
Because like it's the same way like women in relationships who are bipolar and the dude's like, I love how upbeat, energetic, and outgoing she is, and then it turns into
the depression part
and the paranoia and the feelings. And it's at some point it's just gonna hit that, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And whether it's just like a depression or whether it's manic depression, we don't know.
Right.
But it would not surprise me.
And the thing is, though, is that I think he has been in therapy. Those words sound like something you'd go through with a therapist.
Robin was in therapy, and she uses nothing but therapy words with everyone. And since he's only been around her
like
like
safe
for like the last 3
I
years.
swear to God, I don't think she understands what safe means.
No, or what they refer to it whenever they say it.
Whenever she's described safe, like, okay, so they make you uncomfortable by giving you the hard truth.
Or well, you're skipping ahead again, Papa Junior. Calm down. So Robin said that he's kind of suspicious of everyone being disloyal to him, and he's always needing reassurance. And Kody says he hates his life, and I'm like, why? When had only Robin and their kids for the last how many years now? So he's been with his one true love and their kids and their little family and their little bubble with no real interference from anyone else for a while now.
Yeah.
Why isn't he the happiest he's ever fucking been? Answer me that, y'all. I want you to tell me in the comments why he's still so miserable, or actually way more miserable than he was 3 years ago before COVID, when he still had all these wives who weren't happy.
I think it's because, again, like the bipolar crash, at least the manic crash after
Yeah.
the whole time. He thought by, just because when Christine left, he thought that he'd be happier by pushing them all away until he only had the one family that was loyal. But he's finding out that it's only caused him more issues.
Oh, yeah. And Mary said that she has had to find a way forward without him in her
Yeah.
life. And that it would have to be really hard when you spent 35 years with someone, the only person you've ever been with,
Right.
okay, ever been on a date with, ever kissed, all those things, And, that would be hard when you expected to be with someone forever, regardless of your relationship status,
Yeah.
to suddenly be completely alone. Well, she always has been for a while, but again, she had that hope of like Robin and the kids and Kody coming around.
But she does mention later that she's not alone anymore.
And I think I can't wait. And hopefully she finds, and maybe she's not into a romance. That's after Kody. I don't blame her if she doesn't.
Maybe she's just gonna be happy with her business and her Airbnb and her friend Jen and her husband and just
Yeah, she got lots of friends. So I mean,
right.
So Robin said that he's been self-sabotaging, including their relationship. He picks fights over dumb things, and she said that she's mourning the loss of the family, and he's in the angry phase.
Yeah.
Well, he's been in the angry phase for a long ass time,
Right? Like,
and until he's got medicated or he was trained into obedience by Robin.
that's medication.
Yeah, I think so too. It's yeah.
So like we can't have you having a manic bipolar episode on like the one-on-one. So
Yeah, we can't have another you and Janelle moment.
yeah.
And so Kody said that he was sabotaging himself and because he was embarrassed. Christine's leaving, quote, caused a lot of dark winds were blowing through me, a lot of devils, a lot of temptation, which would have been destructive of my relationship with Robin.
Dude, are you taking poetry classes? I don't know if it's therapy or poetry classes.
Right? It's like he's been like studying the dictionary for fun and he decided to use his word of the day in all one conversation.
Maybe one of his therapy things is to write a poem to get out his feelings.
Maybe. I mean, if that helps, dude, cool.
You know what? No one wants any of them to stay upset.
What do you mean?
At the end of the day, we want all of them to basically, have the best lives. That means being separate or like, working something out.
Yes. And so Kody says, my anger was a turnoff, was scary. I'm an idiot for being so honest. I shared stuff with her that was heartbreaking. There are some things in a man's mind that just shouldn't be expressed. Like what, you fucking pansy? I bet I can take it. Maybe the flower Robin can't take it, but I guarantee you I can. Tell me what it is, because maybe I would understand you, because I don't.
Right?
I have because he's the only one that provides almost zero backstory. He'll tell you all about his dad and his moms and all his siblings, but he doesn't tell you about, the abuse and the neglect and the poverty.
And it's one thing about it though is that earlier this season he was talking about having dark thoughts, and like hating Christine. And I wonder if the reason why he can't say that on air is because he talked about wanting to hurt her.
Oh, you mean Christine?
Yeah.
Oh, I 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if he said that would never go down well. They would never, that wouldn't go good.
And Robin said, he's suspicious of women in general. I work really hard to constantly reinforce that I'm loyal. And so Sookie asks Janelle about KODY, saying that, uh, I don't want Robin to see this. You know, how dark my thoughts have been, blah, blah. Right? We all remember that?
Yeah.
And so Janelle says, KODY talks about Robin's loyalty and being the only one who's loyal. There's definitely a protective stance. It was like all of a sudden there's a paragon of a wife. She does everything right. Anyone who expressed any differing opinions or ideas, they weren't, quote, safe. And again,
Safe.
you're not using it in its proper way because
Right?
people have gone on and on and on and on about, safe this and safe that. And I'm like, you have no fucking clue what it means to not be safe. Let me tell you some stories about my childhood.
And obviously the safe word is from therapy. But
Yeah.
again, like, it means that she's, again, like,
It's uncomfortable.
she doesn't want to hear their negative opinions about her. And that just,
And the truth hurts sometimes.
right?
And we have, you guys,
Your feelings are valid, but not theirs. They can't tell you, but you can tell them about it, how you don't feel.
and I know some people may not agree with me on this, but I am honest with my kids. If they smell, I'm like, you fucking stink, get a shower. But it's said with love. They know that it's because, sometimes they have difficulty remembering
she works
to.
better also. I don't say that she's like, you smell, go take a shower. That's not how it goes.
No, I'm more delicate than that.
She's much
But for
nicer.
dramatic sake,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that that's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay, for the dramatic reenactment.
I just gotta let everyone know.
I want oh, what the heck's her name? My mind just went completely blank. Damn it. Okay, in the movie of my life, I want to be played by Jennifer Aniston. It's out there in the public. Jen, let's talk, babe. I want you to be me in my life story.
I don't know who Jennifer Aniston off the top of my head. I don't remember many actors off the top of my head, though.
You go wash your mouth out with soap
No.
right now.
Let's just continue this. You have like 6 more pages.
Oh, wait, by the way, y'all. By the way, we're in the middle here, so I gotta do it. Happy birthday to you. I'm sorry about my voice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, 23rd birthday to my baby lizard. Happy birthday to you. Yes, my baby had her birthday this last week, and we didn't get to do a big thing about it on the podcast because everybody had shit to do. So I just wanted to make sure that the whole world knows that my baby girl had a birthday and that I love her.
If you want to give me a birthday gift, you should like and subscribe.
Oh, you're giving your gift to the podcast? Oh, you're so cute. Come here. Oh, I love you so much, kid. Okay, sorry, back to the show, you guys. I just had a mom moment. I hope you understand. And so Janelle continues on, as a wife, I should be able to say to KODY, I'm having a problem about blank,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But I couldn't say anything against Robin. And it started with COVID, him spending more time there, which we knew this.
Yeah.
We've seen it, been there, talked about it, read the book. So Sookie asked KODY if he regrets not being a stricter polygamist, basically. And he says no. And she's like, would you be more equitable with your time? That is an interesting question from Sookie.
Right.
Because that is something that she would never have asked before, even though it's very softball still.
Yeah. But still,
it's something.
It's still a hard ball.
And so KODY was like, I was equitable with my time.
No, you weren't.
That's where the lie is. There's something that draws the wrath of jealousy from tabloid sister wives, everyone. Again, with poetry. I don't get it. And he goes, I was sick of the constant complaints. I was like, quote, listen to this, you guys, if you drifted off there for a second. He says, I was sick of the constant complaint. I was like, quote, shut up. I will punch you in the face, unquote. And because Robin, was being compliant. He got to the point where he wanted to punch his wives and children in the face just because they had a complaint that included Robin.
And again,
That it was his fault in the first place. And he should have stepped up then and been like, no, that's all on me. I chose to be there, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, don't blame Robin. It's instead of saying, oh, yeah, blame me, like I've done 100 times.
he did that after the fact.
Yeah, and it's so stupid. It
makes her more of a victim, though.
Exactly.
And more reliant on him.
And so Sookie says, KODY says that you, talking to Christine, and Janelle bullied Robin, and so he feels he has had to protect her. And Christine replies, there was a stupid personality test, and she insulted Robin by accident by saying that her personality type likes drama, right?
Yeah.
Not being in the drama, but watching drama occur. And so Janelle was like, yeah, I remember that. I'm the diplomat, the peacemaker. No, you're all about Janelle Maker. That's who you are. And Mary is like, I don't remember it. It wasn't very important to me, obviously, and laughs, you know.
And Robin also doesn't remember it.
She says, I never took it. Maybe I did. I don't remember about any issue about a test with Christine. I don't know what you're talking about. So she doesn't remember the fight in question, which would be very interesting to ask KODY before Robin intercepted him and asked him about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To see if they match up. Because I bet you anything they don't. That is just wives' intuition. And so Sookie asked Christine why she's not friends with Robin. And I'm telling you, okay, when I say immediately, okay, I mean that the last syllable of the question had barely passed Sookie's lips before Christine immediately was like, so, okay, I'll be Robin and you be Sookie. Ask me why I'm not friends with Robin.
Oh, you mean Christine?
Yeah, I'll be Christine, you be Sookie.
Okay. Why aren't you friends with Robin?
Oh, sorry. I lost my place. I'm
Okay,
so sorry. Let's do this one more time.
Well, take two. Ready?
Take you.
Why aren't you friends with Robin?
I don't trust her. I mean, that's how freaking fast it was. And the emphasis. She was like, I don't trust her. And I'm like, holy shit, there's some repressed aggression there.
Right.
Christine wants to beat the shit out of Robin. I can see it.
No, they all agree, even Mary.
About
not trusting Robin.
Well, yeah, she goes, I don't trust her. I think she says one thing and does another. Say you want the family, but then keep pulling KODY in all these separate things. Like, yeah, you talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk, kind of thing. And she says, when he's at your house all the time, you know, how is that promoting the family? And Christine goes on, I don't trust her, but I don't blame her for the family falling apart, which is something. Right. She got a whole bunch of other aggression about her, obviously, but not about the family falling apart.
Because that was KODY's entire fault.
Oh, yeah, that was, and they all know it. Yeah. All the wives know it. And Mary, about Robin, says, we're figuring it out. It's different now. And I am now friends with my ex-husband's wife. And she has no sister wives. She is a single woman. And I love hearing her say it every time. Oh, yes.
But Robin doesn't agree with any of it.
Right. But here's the reason why. We find out why she's not hold on, we're getting ahead of myself again. Hang on. So Mary says she's less lonely now. Jen is her most trusted friend. And so Sookie's like, not Robin? And Mary's like, no, because Robin's friend knew the catfish and was feeding her and KODY information, but it was fake information about what KODY, because the catfish was lying to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it was telling the friend bad information to tell Robin and KODY just to fuck up Mary's life even more. She was truly terrible. The friend was telling Robin that Mary was having sex and actually having an affair with this catfish person when Mary never actually met that person in real life.
Right.
Or otherwise you would know it's a fucking catfish.
Right.
So how would, that makes no sense to say that they were going to have a legit affair.
She only became a lesbian after so many years.
Well, I mean, and that exactly. It's the whole story makes no sense. I don't think there was a friend. I think Robin was directly involved with the catfishing thing.
I think so too, honestly.
I think back then it was Mary was the OG wife. Mary was one with the ring and the legal status, and she took it all from her, didn't she?
She did.
And that is just little shady, I
And
think.
that's why she might just want her around just to keep reminding herself of it.
Right? And so Robin said that she had someone contacting her, trying to convince her something was going on. And she said, unless you have proof, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Anymore.
Right? That, I don't know, anymore. That was the big thing. And I'm like, but you were totally fine and happy taking this information and spreading it to the
Also-
husband with no proof.
Also, she was talking about like a person was trying to contact her, but then I'm not talking to you anymore. Could reply, yeah, they were friends. This wasn't just some random person. It was someone Robin knew and talked to a lot.
Uh-huh. Crazy, right?
Right?
And we never knew that before. That was another new tidbit that I was like, oh, no, she did not.
Right?
Because some things are clicking in place from back then in
Yeah.
my mind, you know? So Robin says, sorry. So at this point, Robin looks really defeated. I mean, like if I had just turned it on at that point and saw her sitting there, I would swear that like she was just told that her best friend died.
Right.
And like, so at the moment I was like, you can't fake that,
Right.
you know? So I did feel bad for her in that moment. And she says, don't call her my ex-sister wife. And she like legit like was sobbing and real tears this time.
Yeah.
Real tears. She said that they're all still my sister wives. And I thought that was nice. But then she brought up the whole thing about Christine saying that her personality type likes drama, and so she's like, I'm not just being dramatic, Christine, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, Christine really, really, really likes rubbing salt in the wound to Robin and Cody,
Right.
but especially Robin.
And also Mary. We said that the past episode too.
Yeah, they got new whooping boy, you know? It's like always been Mary, but now I guess they're gonna, you know, Christine's just gonna make her life's mission to make Robin miserable, I think. So then Sookie brings up the kids' gift exchange, and they each react to it after watching clips of everybody talking about at that time.
Yeah.
So Christine says Robin's kids let loose on the thread about feeling left out from the beginning. Robin replies, I was told before this texting whole thing happened that they, whoever they were, hated her and her kids. And Sookie's like, who told you that? And Robin again goes, a person? And I'm like, no. This is a fucking tell all.
You gotta tell all.
Don't fucking say shit. And then, or just say, I'd rather not say. Just say that.
Like the family friend or the person trying to tell her.
Like, we did not think that the family dog was fucking telling you what to do, Robin, okay?
Right.
We know that it was a person who was fucking telling you shit.
Or no one was telling you crap and,
You're just making shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Or, here's my honest to God theory.
Cody?
It's Cody, and she don't want to throw him under the bus. He has been telling her and the kids, I've been saying this, and this kind of gives me fuel for my theory here, that he has been the one keeping her isolated, keeping their kids isolated with the rest of the family, because he doesn't want them infected with the beforeness of Cody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Cody is a different person.
And now
he is a better person to his kids now than he ever was with the rest of them, and he doesn't want them to know that.
And also, the fact that he said that she didn't turn her on, it was like she was scared of him.
Yeah.
Imagine hearing these women you think are your sister wives.
Yeah.
Imagine hearing your husband, all their husbands, saying about how much he wants to hurt one of the wives.
Right. That would be scary.
Right.
And so they continue on asking about the gift exchange. And so Janelle has this biggest fucking smirk on her face and says, my kids weren't involved. And I'm like, and she said, they saw that what Robin said, where she was always mistreated and she was tired of trying with them. And so then all the kids replied back with their grievances. you know?
Right.
And so Robin says they, meaning her kids, were trying to express themselves to, quote, the other kids. Because, all the other wives' kids are the
Right.
other kids. And belittled them and made them feel very ganged up on. So her kids are the ones that backed out on their own. And so they decided to pull Sal and Ari too, since their older siblings weren't going to be involved with the rest of their older siblings.
But then she apparently says that her and dad chose to take them out of it.
Right? Like, they're always changing their stories. It just depends on who they're talking to and which lies they remember to tell that day.
She says, like, and Game Gears are like, you mean our dad?
Right? And so Christine says that there wasn't a division in the family between the kids. She goes, there is now because Robin put it there. There's been hard things with the siblings. They didn't get along, whatever. But I didn't know that Robin felt that way from the beginning. And that's exactly how she said it. Like, it was a huge shock that Robin didn't feel included. And they've noticed from the get-go. It's in their book.
Right.
Did you read your own book?
I don't think they watch their own show, honestly.
They don't talk to each other.
I'm sorry, but if I was on a show and with other people and there's like a reality show, I would have, like, the moment the entire season comes out, I'm having a binge show. I'm having it live. I'm like, let's watch what these motherfuckers
Yeah, a lot
say about me.
a lot of people have watched parties for stuff like that.
And I would, like, definitely for my own show, if there's other people who,
Talking
have
shit about me.
other private interviews.
Right? Hell yeah. Because what slips out of your mouth in those little interview things. So that stuff slipping out of theirs.
So the tell all is a binge party.
Right? So, and then Janelle says, it's some weird paranoia Robin carries around. I don't ever remember saying that. And she looks puzzled. Like, I don't know where Robin would say that I didn't like her because I never said that. But we all know that she felt it. Janelle did. And she does not have a good poker face in the moment. She cannot hide her feelings in the moment. We've all seen the contempt on her face for Robin and in her voice. You don't have to say you don't like someone for them to get the fucking picture.
Right.
I mean, come on. And so Sookie tells Robin that Janelle and Christine never knew that Robin's kids felt that way until the text, being left out and not included, whatever.
Yeah.
And Robin said, that's not true. I've talked to them about their kids being too harsh with mine, and some of the kids told my kids that they don't belong and aren't part of the family. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell the mother at that time?
Right.
Because it doesn't seem like that ever happened. So Sookie asks Mary if they melded when Robin arrived. And Mary says, we tried in our own way. We could have done better. And she very shadily says that, she doesn't actually say his name, but she says a member of the family. She basically says that KODY acts like this family and his wives were forced on him and not a choice. Yes, he fucking does. Thank you for being honest, Mary. I am here for Mary. I'm here for her honesty, for her sass, for everything. I'm here. I know Mary may have had issues in the past or whatever, but in the time that we've been watching this show,
she is a great record right now.
Like, I'm here for it.
We need
I'm saying the rest of y'all are boring. I'm here for Mary.
We need a Savage Mary tracker.
100%. We do.
On the dartboard, whatever.
And so Janelle says, we didn't listen enough to our kids and we didn't take time to basically ensure that it was going to be successful because they just did it all in a hurry. And this is what she says, quote, they were told to sit down, shut up, and this is happening, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so no wonder the oldest kids have issues. They weren't allowed to express their feelings or have a conversation about their feelings, about what they really, what all this really meant.
Right. And
so, of course, they're going to have issues with it and with her. Oh my God, people are so dumb. Drives me nuts. And so Sookie to Christine, she says, can this be saved? Meaning the family or whatever. And Christine says, too many blown out of proportion comments that are being made. That means currently, not stuff that was made.
Yeah.
But it's being made. That's very interesting. That are so outlandish, and I'm not interested in fixing anything right now. With the kids, yes, always. And then they want to bring out her then fiance, David Woolley.
Yeah.
They met online. She wanted a partner and she wanted to have fun. And he seemed too good to be true. They fell in love on their fourth, or she did. She fell in love on the fourth date.
Yeah.
And she said, I didn't know what I didn't have before. That 100,000%, I get that because I had a marriage straight out of high school and thought I thought I was in love with him. And I did love him. Don't get me
Right.
wrong. But I didn't know what being in love was until I met Papa. And so, and looking back, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know what love was. You know, I thought I did.
I didn't love him, but I got emotional mental issues, so.
You're amazing. Don't let anybody tell you different. I'll fight
I
them.
love my
I
dad,
will
though.
fight them if anyone says different.
I love my dad, though. My dad's great. Papa's great.
Well, I know he loves you too.
I'm starting to.
Um,
I want to go back to
Okay.
the what you just said below here. Too many blown out of proportion comments that are being made. The
Yes.
ones
Mm-hmm.
because I know you don't watch the promos, but I do.
I know you do.
Cody brings up about how Christine has to make Cody look like the terrible guy.
Again.
She's gonna suck the life out of David, and he's gonna regret it. And I think those are the comments. Like again, like she's not allowed to be happy, even though he.
But again, is that them taking that and twisting it to make it look a certain way? And then when we watch it, it's going to be like all like benign and, you know.
But still,
So that's why I don't like those promos.
I don't doubt. Or maybe even David won't keep his mouth shut around Cody. Maybe he's ready to go.
Well, they don't film on the same days even, but I know that they've met in person, Cody and David.
Right.
And according to them, they're cordial and they shook each other's hands and it was fine. But, you know, there's no love there.
No.
They're not going to be going out for a beer, going for,
No.
you know, a round of golf.
Honestly, right now, I don't. Again, like also, we have to remember is that the family includes the family, and Christine and Janelle told the ring story before Mary even could even think about it, and those kind of things will also. That part of the family is also there.
I think this whole
There's
interview,
5 pieces, and there's issues with
every
each
single one, absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. And my thing is, though, is that Christine has shown to me, in my opinion, I know at least a couple of you out there are completely disagree with me, and that's okay. That Christine has really shown her true colors in this whole, you know, this whole episode kind of
Yeah.
thing. Because when you are gleeful at someone else's misery and you are secretly going and she's been kind of manic in this entire episode too. Like she's giving me Tom Cruise on the couch vibes.
Right.
I know. Do you know what that means?
I know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's creepy. It's weird, and it's
Again, it's like Cody got her calmness and she got his manic.
well, Christine never was the calm one. She was always the one who was, let's go, let's manic, let's go.
That might have actually why they meshed so well before, and then not now.
Because they could match energy.
But also, it seems like David's also encouraging that, 'cause, like the quick meeting, engagement, wedding,
Yeah,
tattoos,
it's
and all this
definitely
stuff,
working in his favor.
right? And tattoos and all this stuff. There's gonna be a crash there, and I hope that they will work it out.
Yeah, I mean, because the honeymoon does end,
Yeah.
and
Especially with mental illness. You could say you're prepared for whatever could happen.
well, I'm not even saying it's mania. She could just have like undiagnosed ADD or something.
Well, again, like mental illness is a very real
Or
thing.
ADHD for her.
Couples that were married young find in like 10, 20 years, like my wife, I found out my wife is bipolar and she's not the woman I remember because, mental illness.
Well, and that's why the whole, in sickness and health thing, something that comes
Right.
to play in a marriage.
Like this whole thing, like you have to learn how. Yeah, like Cody could never bend. You could never bend to them and figure out.
Yeah,
like,
they always had to bend to him.
He could, like the bridges were falling apart, but he refused to attach any rope to their side.
Kind of gets your analogy there. Okay.
So yeah, I honestly am kind of excited for the next one. I kind of want to hear what David has to say about things. I've seen a lot of things on Christine's Instagram, but not a lot of things from him directly.
Yeah, I don't think he does a lot of social media.
Yeah, he seems a little confused by
He's a little in the generation that's kind of on that borderline of knowing apps and not.
Yeah, And Suki says she is gonna ask some questions, so we are gonna get David's, opinions on some stuff.
Well, and here's the thing. At the end, this is the end, you guys. I know we're kind of dragging out a little bit long, but you got to remember too that Christine romanticizes.
I agree.
It doesn't matter what it is, if it's a birthday party, if it's a graduation, if it's a marriage, if it's an engagement. She is always so over the top excited and everything is over the top wonderful and all this stuff, you know what I mean? And because she's always on that high, like she always seems like she's always on a high.
Yeah.
And it's just I hope that, like you said, when the crash hits and like she kind of comes back down to earth, that she doesn't break when she falls, because
Right.
it's gonna I feel like it's gonna be a long fall.
Quickly went from divorce to going out with friends to getting engaged, or all these parties, again, like that divorce party,
So much attention over your engagement and your wedding.
the ex-anniversary party and all that stuff.
Attention is addicting. I kid you not. It is a legit psychological thing. Having people, the likes, that's why that whole thing about they're trying to get rid of the likes for the longest time, because it is an addiction to people.
Yeah.
And yeah, that attention seeking behavior, like her like being snide about other people.
We ask for likes because we want to make money and we're very poor.
Oh, we're several years, if ever, away from making a dime.
Being a little hypocritical.
We're here, number one, because I need a project. I am
Also-
disabled. I'm an intelligent person who's still kind of in the prime of my life, and I have to have something to do with my energy to focus on something, or I will lose my effing mind. That's the legit truth. And my family got sucked into this with me, and they are kind, wonderful, compassionate, giving people who give up, hours of their time every week just to help me do this, and I appreciate them, and that's why for them more than anything, they deserve the likes, they deserve the comments and the subscriptions.
I'm just the video editor. I put the pictures on there.
I'm the audio editor, and I also sometimes do the videos, but I also plan every podcast and do all the notes.
I also like to say I do not take recommendations. I will add more Ethan pictures however I want to.
Because, well, this is a different show, but
I'm just saying, like,
she is a little bit in lust with Ethan from Plathville,
he is good looking.
and that's kind of a big deal for you because you don't usually get feelings so much for people.
Hey, if you want to, although he might be single now, if you guys want to go check out on Plathville over there.
It'd be like, hey, we know this girl. She's really cute and is super amazing.
Hey, if you know Ethan in real life, send DM my way.
Yeah, for real, because she'd be happy to talk to him.
I'd be happy
on a date. We're not gonna live that far from Georgia.
I can cook.
I don't want you moving to Minnesota, but Georgia'd be fine. But anyway, that's our thoughts on this whole crazy mess of everything and everybody.
Late tonight.
You get a mix of everything when you're with us this late, and we're both a little stoned because we're both in pain. But okay, you guys, please keep safe out there. Wear your seatbelts. Use your turn signals, like we did with our little Ellie just this last week. Please spay and neuter your pets. And please be kind to yourself, especially this time of year. Be kind to everyone. Be kind to people who work in the service industry.
Be careful to anyone wanting to do bonfires or any kind of leaf burning.
Please don't burn our neighborhood down.
Do not burn down half the state.
Yeah, please. We've had enough wildfires this year.
You don't want to be that guy on the news.
Yeah, let's be safe out there, you guys. Be kind to each other and to yourselves because you deserve it. We love you guys. Until next time, bye.